Now for Odd One Out round. Katy Perry, Kofi Annan, C-3PO and R2-D2,
yes,
and James Blunt.
Is it because Kofi's a nice dude who goes and does good things for, you know, trying to unite the world?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put myself in the same bracket as him necessarily, but I go out and sing to the troops and that.
And you're a nice dude.
Thanks, Dad.
Hang on.
And C-3PO.
This has turned into the Jeremy Kyle show. We've had the DNA results. Here we are.
Is it a peacekeeping troop entertaining?
It is not. It is not that, no.
I am the only one in there I wouldn't want to sleep with.
What, even that little dustbin thing?
It must happen sometimes.
Some of those kind of toys are the best ones.
Are you safe around pedal bins, are you? Oh, we don't know.
OK, they have all appeared on Sesame Street, apart from Katy Perry, whose duet with Elmo was pulled from the show because her dress was deemed inappropriate. New York magazine described the decision to cut Katy Perry as a rather harsh reaction, considering that her scene partner Elmo wasn't wearing anything at all. The former UN Secretary-General appeared on the show in 2001. Why was Kofi called on to Sesame Street?
They were doing a letter K.
Couldn't think of anything else. What begins with K? Kofi Annan, quick call it. He diffused a conflict between Elmo and the other monsters when they argued over who would get to sing the alphabet song.
He sent in some blue berets, they didn't do much, they withdrew and the monsters killed each other.
That is basically right. Yeah.
Good.
James appeared on the show in 2007.
This shape was brilliant. This shape was pure. I saw 3 angles, of that I'm sure. And I saw 3 pointy corners. Then I saw 3 straight sides. The top was very narrow and the base was oh so wide. My triangle, my triangle, so beautiful it's true. It must be those angles put a smile on your face. Not to mention the hypotenuse.
It looks like a hostage tape. Were you being held hostage?
What was the song about originally, before it was about triangles?
Tell him what the song's about.
It wasn't anything to do with you.
Not about a square, then.
It was about stalking.
James Blunt sang a version of You're Beautiful on Sesame Street. You can say what you like about You're Beautiful, but without it, millions of single women would be sitting at home with their cats in silence. OK, time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Clowning Around, the magazine of the World Clown Association. Looks like a nice, jolly cover. Inside, it's a tragic mess. And we start with the worst part of clown camp is what?
Football practice. What publication is this from?
This is from...
This is a silly game.
This is from Clowning Around.
Do you subscribe?
He's been on the cover.
The worst part of clown camp is the day that one leaves. This is according to an article in Clowning Around, which goes on to say there are no words to describe how difficult it is to say goodbye. So why not do a mind-numbingly tedious mime? Next, Henry from Venezuela didn't what at 9th Biannual International Circus Festival of Budapest?
I would say get laid, but that seems like a shorter word than that.
Well, if you can't get laid at the 9th Biannual International Circus Festival of Budapest, there's something wrong with you. It's a swinger's paradise.
He didn't make anyone laugh.
He didn't do anything original well enough to grab the audience's attention. Next, Emmett Kelly famously what when his Weary Willy was in The Fat Man in 1950?
Served 5 years in Parkhurst.
Pulled out.
Made a big public splash. Oh, now that's the joke you've put together, not me. be ashamed of yourself.
The answer is switched to white makeup. The famous clown Emmett Kelly is now sadly deceased. He had an open coffin. Still has. They can't close the lid because of his shoes. And finally, what is eating pizza, watching TV in Norwich?
Happiness.
Is exactly correct.
Is it?
Yeah.
A wild guess.
So if you're watching this show tonight in Norwich, eating a medium cheese feast, then you, my friend, are living the dream. So, the final scores are Ian and James have 5, and Paul and Nick also have 5.
Oh, well done.
But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Embarrassed London mayor caught with awe.
And I leave you with news that parachute training begins as the RAF plans to hit Afghanistan with our deadliest weapon yet. In Devon, there are tragic consequences when one of the stars of the Anchor Butter advert is laid off. And under constant threat of assassination, Vladimir Putin and his wife admit they even wear camouflage when sitting on the sofa. Good night.